broccoli because I think we're going to be ready to harvest this broccoli. That's a pretty good size. That one's a little bit smaller. That one's good. That could use a little bit more, and those two may not go to a full head. So, I wanted to show you what the broccoli is looking like. Here's a prime example. If this would have been planted earlier, well, it probably would have became a whole lot bigger. Once the temperatures get hot, you know, the size of your head all determines on your weather. Okay, so when it starts to pull away like this, see how tight that head is? I'm just trying to tell you how to know when it's time to harvest your broccoli. Because what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to bring you back tomorrow and I'm just going to end up harvesting all of this. And this is why. Because this broccoli head right here, you can tell it's not as tight and it's starting to separate. The one next to it is like smaller. So even if we get, you know, few sizes like this, that's perfect. It's supposed to be overcast today, possible rain. That's the only reason why I'm not harvesting it right now. This video, and hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Melody and this is Bake a Leg and Let's Dig It. I'm an organic gardener. I planted broccoli a million times. You can watch older videos where I got huge heads. This didn't go in till, was it the beginning of May, I think? And then we had some really hot ones going on. So, it's also near my peppers and my tomatoes. I talked about that. It's not a good companion plant. So, looking forward to pulling this out. Looking forward to some fresh broccoli. But this is what it'll look like if it's a little past due of being harvested. Does it make it bad? No. You just won't get a super tight head. It'll start, I'm trying to move the leaves. It will start pulling apart and it won't be real tight and firm like this one. So I am going to take my chances. I'm going to let this go today. Like, this looks fantastic. I'm going to let this go today because of it calling for rain in just a little bit. And then tomorrow, I'm going to come out here, big or small, and I am going to harvest the broccoli, which will free up this row, which the cauliflower is right there. I brought you along to show you how I preserve my white snowball cauliflower. Now, what am I going to put in this spot? I'm really not sure. I talked to my daughter yesterday. She was like, go for some sunflowers, because let me show you what happened real quick and then we'll go back to the broccoli. So, I'm dealing with something. What is exactly, I'm not sure, but if you look where that pot is, I had a big sunflower in there. Actually, the stem, I'll try to get closer. The stem is right there, still in the ground, to a big sunflower that was getting a pretty decent size, and something gnawed a hole through the stem. Right next to it yesterday, I planted, I think, red velvet sunflower seeds, and I also started some more seeds in a cell tray because something's getting in and gnawing my sunflowers. It got a zucchini and I got a sunflower. So I have, let me see, look at the beautiful blooms on the zucchini, looking great. I did self-pollinate. That is a female, obviously. She's a female, and that's a male. You can always tell because it'll be thinner. Right on this part, it'll be thin. Female looks a little bit more fatter. So, we have a zucchini right there going. This one isn't going to be any good. So, just remove it. Give it to the chickens. And as you see, my nasturtium is planted around it. Okay. Here's the other one over there. Nasturtium's looking a little bit better on that plant. Some of these other ones I did so that they all wouldn't come in all at once, and space out the plants so that in case these two start producing a lot and then the plant starts looking terrible, which I'm semi-growing it vertically, then these will be up to par by then. But something's eating all my sunflowers. So I have a sunflower right there, and I went in with another seed yesterday. I have these two over here, but you can see the size difference. That other one that was taken, it's huge, huge. Oh, look at what my cucumber plant is doing. Let me fix this very quickly if you don't mind. I'm gonna get it to go up this trellis. Cucumbers are doing pretty good. There's blooms, and then there's the beginning of a little baby cucumber, so that's exciting. Lots of blooms, looking pretty good. And the two seeds I planted, they germinated. They're right there. So yeah, so I don't know. So I have these two. That makes 3 sunflowers. The other one was probably up to the fence, gone. And then I planted sunflower back there in the corner. There's one back there. I think I dropped a seed right over there yesterday of whatever I had in my hand, red velvet sunflower, I think it's called. So my daughter said, when you harvest your broccoli, why don't you do a row of sunflowers? And I thought, I don't know, that might be a little bit tight, like a little bit close. But then if you think food related, is there anything else I should plant? I don't know. I haven't made my mind up on that, but like I said, it's supposed to rain here. We are overcast, as you can see. So I may not get really big heads on all of them, but that's okay because I don't want the heat to get to the broccoli, because then it starts spreading open like this. And you want tight, firm heads. You go to harvest. So that looks phenomenal. And yeah, so maybe sunflowers, maybe not. Guess I'll keep you posted on that. But I do come in here every day just to take a look around. Like, there's a hole that was dug. I don't know what it is. I told Thomas about it. He said he'll take care of it, but he hasn't done anything yet. So I do try to make my presence be known out here every morning and try to look and, you know, see how things are doing. I may end up going in on the celery and mulching, because celery likes a lot of water and it's going to be there a while. Guess this is turning into an update. I tied up my tomato plants that I discussed on the video where I was showing you how I do my cauliflower. Let me sit this down. And there they are. But now it's going like this. It needs more. When you're single stemming your tomatoes, you're going to have to either keep sliding the string up, or you're going to have to go in with more string for the tops to pull them up. But the tomatoes are looking crazy in a matter of less than a week. And I'm going to have to come down here and I'm going to have to prune. Those I pruned. The bottoms are done. Looky, looky, we have tomatoes. That string is not even attached any longer. So I have to take that string off. And I will pull the plant closer to the pole like that. And, oops, and string it up. So that's going to be a job in itself. But the tomato plants are looking good. So yeah, I'll have to prune some of these on the bottom. You want to make sure your leaves don't touch the ground, because you don't want diseases. And I just wanted to let you know that I did pull them up after I did the cauliflower, tying it up. So let's peek in and see how it's looking. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Now, you can see the top's open, so what you do, just trying to make sure I don't fall, is you can just take your string and just slide the string up further to close it, or you might have to untie it and make it a little bit tighter to keep these heads closed, because the sun ends up turning your cauliflower a funky color. Like, I have to refix that one. But this one, the one that was on the end, I pulled out. See, this is as big as that's gonna get. That broccoli right there, that's just the name of the game. That's why you plant your broccoli earlier when it's still chilly, like March, because broccoli can handle that. So I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna put in here, but it's going to be coming out, and that's exciting. Super duper excited to get this out. Quite familiar with sunflowers. See, something came in here and broke that piece off. It's wherever Jean bought the sunflowers, they just didn't look the best, and they were completely stressed. I've given them liquid fertilizer. I will give them some more, but some are bouncing back and doing pretty good. And looky. Let me get closer so I could show you. Even though this is supposed to be broccoli, the blooms, there's now eggplants starting to grow. See that? Looking good. Okay. So yeah, what I think I'm going to do is, this is risky, but I'm going to take my chances. I'm going to keep an eye on the weather. If it doesn't end up raining in about, I'm going to check my weather again. If it doesn't end up raining in about 2-3 hours, because it's early out here right now, then I'll come out here and I'm going to harvest this. But I'd like to have a game plan on what I'm using the broccoli for and how I'm going to preserve it. But yeah, just basically wanted to show you what it looks like when it's ready to pick, and when you're starting to be pushing it a little bit and you got to get to it and harvest it. You don't want this to spread apart anymore. Now, this may by tomorrow, I don't know, but that's just a chance I'm going to take. But let me show you how thick these stalks are. The chickens are going to love it, because they're going to get all this, all the greens, and that little one back there. Anyway, let me stop rambling. I'm going to go check the weather, see when this rain's expected to come, and then I will bring you back to harvest some pretty good looking broccoli. Some bigger, some smaller, but that's the name of the game when you're gardening. And I feel like you got to plant a lot of broccoli to have enough for a whole year, obviously, and that's not my goal this year. My goal this year is to garden for Jean and Thomas and to get some fresh broccoli to eat. And yeah, so all right, let me go check this weather and we'll see what's going on when we're going to pick and harvest the broccoli. So hang tight. Okay, my friends, the rain, it's raining now. I guess harvesting the broccoli, we'll have to wait till whenever this rain decides to stop. And yeah, but at least I don't have to water things. I will give you an update on the green stalks, and we will harvest the broccoli together. So I guess the weather prediction was pretty on point. So yeah. All right, let's get through this rain and then we'll harvest the broccoli. Friends, it's a few days later. I had to wait on harvesting my broccoli because we got poured on. So let me grab scissors. I have a basket, my coffee. I don't have a lot of battery life left. A little scared to come back here. I hope it didn't open. This one's starting to open. And we are going to harvest broccoli. Maybe some of the smaller ones that look okay I might leave in today. So I don't want it to go to waste. And I did tell you I gave a broccoli to Debbie. So let me get you set up properly. Raise you up so you can see everything. And What I could do is leave broccoli in here to get the side shoots. I don't know if I'm actually going to do that, but this one right here is absolutely ready to cut. And then I am making like beef cubes with broccoli. And there is one head going in. I don't think we need a whole lot for tonight's dinner. I'm only going for the bigger heads or ones that look like they're separating. Let's see. Hopefully you can see. I'm going to take this one, but you're in the ground, or you're on the ground. But you can leave this for side shoots for gorgeous broccoli. Let's see. Any else that's starting to open? I want to cut that off real quick while I'm here. And let me see. Okay, I think for tonight for dinner, that would technically, let me show you, be enough. But let me just see if I want to pull out one more that may look like it's starting to open. You want to get these in the ground earlier in the season. Gorge. Pretty big heads, I must say so myself, under the circumstances. So 1, 2, I think this is as big as this is going to get. This one back here. So I am going to cut this smaller one off. And like I said, I'm not sure what I'm doing. If I'm going to leave it sitting here just to get the side shoots, to me that's a waste. I could probably pull it out and go in with some beets or something like that. But for dinner, because we had multiple days of rain, and this one here isn't going to amount to anything, so I'm just going to actually pull this whole one out. This broccoli here is the Lieutenant broccoli, in case you're wondering. That's what it is. And hold on, I'm trying to break this. You also can leave the roots in. I might give this one to the chickens. And what else is ready? I'm definitely going to give the chickens all the leaves and everything. Even though you can eat it, you're going to be like, why are you pulling it out like that? You could have the side shoots. I need the room. Because if you know, it's a smaller garden here, so this root is big. And these leaves are going to go to the chickens, and I just found a bug on that. So these will have to be cleaned a certain way to make sure you don't eat any bugs. Let's see if I could show you. Right there. Hopefully you can see that. Okay. So that's for the chickens. All of this is going to the chickens. And I think that this is enough heads for us tonight for dinner. But I wanted to bring you on to actually get it harvested. This is what this is looking like, because I don't have much battery. Probably going to pull those out completely, feed them to the chickens, and that leaves me those down there. Not trying to waste food. And I'm doing a beef dish tonight, so this should be enough. I'm going to take this in the house. I'm going to get this cleaned up. You could do it in some vinegar and water to make sure you have no bugs. And I'm going to come back and pull those out and feed them to my chickens, and I'll leave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in there. So I will bring you back for a recipe on beef and broccoli. But there's the harvest. I don't know. I thought like I was going to pull all this out, but because I'm crunched with my battery, it's saying I need a new plug. Yeah, so chicken food. So that leaves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 heads left. And yeah, not too shabby. Let me get this in and get it cleaned. Wanted to bring you back for some of the harvest. I'll bring you back when I pull those out. Love you. Like, subscribe, support the channel. Make sure the notification bell is on. We'll greatly appreciate it. And I will catch you on the next one, my friends, because I will be back to get some more. All right. Bye, friends.